Okay, example 5 says we're going to try to find trig functions of non-acute angles. So we'll start with cosine of 4 pi over 3. Let's start by drawing the angle. 4 pi over 3 is this angle here. We know it because this is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2, and 4/3 is between 1 and 3/2. So this is the angle. Okay? This is how we're going to establish how to figure this out. First thing I'm going to do is find the reference angle. And the reference angle, like we said, is the quickest way to the x-axis. So our reference angle is right there. This little circle is the reference angle. So I drew a little line to make a triangle. We know this direction to make pi. This is known as -1, so this length is -1. We know that 4 pi over 3 creates minus pi is going to give me a reference angle of pi over 3. I know pi over 3 is the same thing as 60 degrees. We're going to have a 36, that means it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So opposite to 60 is the square root of 3. The adjacent side is -1. The hypotenuse is 2. So to find the cosine of 4 pi over 3, I find the cosine of pi over 3, which is adjacent -1 over hypotenuse 2. And so the cosine is -1/2. The tangent of -210 degrees. Well, let's see here. This is -90, -180, -210. So there's my angle. My reference angle is the quickest way to the x-axis, so theta is right here. I'm going to drop down a little altitude. Okay, so it would be -180 from 180 to 210 means that my reference angle is 30 degrees. So draw my little specks on my triangle. Opposite to 30 is a 1. Hypotenuse is 2. Adjacent is square root of 3. I know that because of the 30, 60, 90. Opposite to 30 is always the 1. And so the tangent of -210 degrees, reference angle of 30, is going to be opposite 1 over adjacent square root of 3. Multiply top and bottom by the square root of 3. And I get an answer of square root 3 over 3. This square root 3 is negative because it went back in the negative direction. Therefore, it's going to be negative square root 3 over 3. Letter C, the cosecant of 11 pi over 4. Well, let's see here. 11 pi over 4 sounds like 2 3/4. Because 4 goes into 11 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. It means there's 3/4 left over. So there's the 2 pi. And then this is 2.5. 2 3/4 is right there for that big angle. The reference angle, though, is this one right here. And so I know that the cosecant of 11 pi over 4 is going to be the same thing as the cosecant right here. 11 pi over 4, 2 pi, so it's the cosecant of 3 pi over 4. And so since this angle is 3 pi over 4, the reference angle will be pi minus 3 pi over 4, which is pi over 4. I know pi over 4 to be 45 degrees. So 45 degrees is 1 square root 2 because it's 45, 45, 90 triangle. This one is a negative because it went back 1. And so to find the cosecant of 11 pi over 4, cosecant is hypotenuse square root 2 over opposite 1. So the answer is square root of 2. I want you to try number 77. Number 77, I want you to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of -17 pi over 6. You can press pause and come back and see if you got the right answer. This is how we do it. Draw my little angle here. If I take 6 and a 17, it goes twice with what, 5, 6 left over. And so it's going to be -2. And then 5, 6 is about right there. So there's my angle. My reference angle is right here, with its way to the x-axis. So this angle theta is pi over 6. Because it's going to be pi minus 5 pi over 6. This fraction that was left over, that's what I'm subtracting. So it's pi over 6. I know that to be 30 degrees. My reference angle is 30. It's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Opposite to 30 is the 1. So that's square root of 3. That's 2. Those are both negative because negative x, negative y, going down. So the tangent is going to be y over x, or opposite, -1 over adjacent, negative square root of 3, which is square root of 3 over 3 when you simplify it. Cosine is going to be adjacent, negative square root of 3 over hypotenuse 2, and the sine is going to be opposite, -1 over hypotenuse 2, and that's how you find those three trig functions.